Well, um, welcome to this tutorial where we are learning how to design the relationships between tables in a database package. If you want to know how to create a table, if you want to know how to do a number of set the data types in the columns, you can watch the earlier videos that I had done on the same. But now, how do we create relationships? What is a relationship? You need to be aware of what is a relationship. In the area of databases, a relationship is simply the way of interaction between tables. When I say between tables, the data that is kept in those different tables. How then do they interact? And you would find out that we have one-to-one relationship where one record in one table refers to another one record on the other table, table 2. The one-to-many means that one record in table 1 would relate to many instances or records in table 2. Then you have many-to-many, where now you will have many records. Existence of one record is in many instances in one table A, and then many also referring to many on the other table 2. So how do we do that? Already I've created my tables. I have a table called course details, I have a table here called lecturer, and I have a table called student. So from here, just to give you an overview, I have this is serial number, course ID, course name. I have a course enrollment. So here the primary key, which is a unique identifier of a record in a database or a table, is course ID in this table called course details. When you go to the student, you would find that the primary key is student ID, student name, student gender, disabled. Then we have course ID, which is a primary key in the table course details. Here in student table, it is not now a primary key. Instead, it is a foreign key. It is a key that is used to determine, or rather to show, the relationship. If you go to the lecturer side, you find that we have serial number here, lecture ID being the primary key. Then you have course ID, which is now a foreign key here. Student ID is a foreign, and then we have the lecturer's role. Why are we saying it's foreign? It is not primary here, but it is found on the other table, and that is course ID is course details. The student ID is on the student table. So how then do we create this relationship? So let's close this table here, close this one here, and this one we need to save, and then close this one. So once we have closed them like that, we just come here, we'll come to this, we have create. I told you that these elements have their functions, and this external, of course, will deal with the external data, but let's focus on the database tools. On database tools, you would see this command here, relationship. So we click on it, and once we click on it, we need to select what we want here. If we were dealing with queries, you can also create relationships among queries, but in our tutorial today, we are dealing with creating relationship among tables. So we need to select the tables that we want them to relate. In this case, I would want to add all of them. So I'll hold Control key on the keyboard and then click on these tables one by one. Now I have selected all of them, then I click on Add. Once I have added them, I now just need to close. So I have the tables here, and I can be able to move them around. This is an entity now. Lecture is an entity on its own. I can be able to move them around. So To enhance relationship, remember I said we have what we call the primary key and we have the what we call the foreign key. So we need to pick the primary key in one of the tables, like course details has primary key course ID, and it's also relating to this student table. Why? Because it has a course ID here, which is a foreign key, this one here. So I'll need to drag this particular ID, which is a primary key, to this ID, which is a foreign key. When I drag it, let me show you how to do that. We'll just pick it like that and drop it here to match. And then there is a pop-up menu or dialog box. If they were not matching, I would have used this one to just select it so that it matches. Sometimes we just drop it and then we can do the selection. Now, there is this field here. If I enable it, it's called enforce referential integrity. That is to say, cascade update related fields, cascade delete related records. Cascade update means that if you update maybe the record in the primary field, then you would be able to update in those other subsequent tables that this record is contained. Then there is a cascade delete, which means if you delete a record that contains a given detail, we'll have to delete it in all other fields or in all other tables. Now the challenge that this would come with is that if let's say I have student table which has got ID of a student, and then there's a course that has a student. Now I want to delete a course because I no longer offer it. So it is going to clear even the student from their table. So for now we are not going to do anything. We are not going to enable it. Let's just go ahead and create. So when you create, you now see there's a link between this table and student table and course details table. So that is it. We have that there. Let's see, lecturer has got lec ID, which is not appearing anywhere, so it is not going to be used. We have course ID, yes, which is used. Now we'll have to use this course ID. Again, there's a relationship between course details and course and the lecturer. So we pick this course ID again and drop it here. I can just drop it anywhere like that. Then I can still change it as I had told you earlier. So course ID, and then I'll say create. So that is a relationship created between course details and the lecturer. Then you also find out that there's a student ID, which is now a foreign in the lecturer, whereas it is key, a primary key in the student. So I need to pick this. Actually, you pick the one which is primary key first, and then you drop on the other one where there is a foreign key. That is the rule. Otherwise you will do something that is quite different. So here I have my tables in this order. I have my tables in that order. Alright, I have them that order. So this is simply how to create a relationship, and for this I am done in creating a relationship. If you have any query, you can use the comment section. I would find it and I would actually reply. Thank you for joining in. See you in the next video, which of course we would want to look at how to deal with the forms. Great.